Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's a very simple introduction today. Happy holidays. Our gift to you are some free channel audits. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
I want to say free because, first of all, let me thank everybody who attended the special Thankmas live stream that we did last Thursday, where we raised an amazing $1,100 for that charity. So thank you very much for that. We are back to business as usual today, though, with our channel audits for all of you, our vidIQ community. Welcome, I am Rob, and you are watching vidIQ, the YouTube tool, the YouTube channel, and the YouTube Learning Academy that educates you on your YouTube journey. And as always, I could not do this with an ensemble of guest hosts. Welcoming first, who have we got on my Zoom screen right now? We're going to welcome Dan, first of all, with Baby Yoda in the background. I've just started The Mandalorian Season 2, and so far it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, I think actually Mandalorian's really good, so you need to keep going on that. And I would like to thank everyone for their donations and thank myself for handcrafting a lot of those reviews. I made them in my workshop here along with Baby Yoda, so you're welcome.
And welcoming back here, Travis has decided to take some well-earned R&R, so he's not going to be on the stream today, but in his place, we have Dan C., our gaming expert. Hello, Dan. Welcome back. What did you do during your time off?
Oh, hey, not a whole lot. I played a lot of Animal Crossing and quite a bit of Minecraft and cleaned a little bit.
What did you just clean up in Minecraft? Like no actual real life cleaning up, but just tidying up stuff in like in your garden, your buildings, that type of thing?
Yeah, I wouldn't bother cleaning my living space because I don't really use it. I just kind of I live off of just whatever I can find on the floor, and then I just live in my little game world, so.
All right, thank you, Dan, for as usual. And I'm welcoming here, I'm calling this next chap the Goldberg of channel audits. If you are familiar with WCW wrestling from the late 90s, Goldberg came in and just took the industry by storm. And he had this like winning streak of 180-0. And I'm putting Jeff currently at like 40 channels and 0, like he's crushing them beyond all recognition. Jeff, I don't know if you understand that reference at all, but welcome to our channel audits as usual.
Oh, absolutely, man. I remember Goldberg. That guy came in and he was wrecking shop, so I totally get it.
Goldberg.
That's right.
Goldberg. Maybe we should start pumping that through on the audio, but it's actually Jeff Berg. Jeff Berg. All right, that is
next?
thank you very much. We're welcoming then all of you. Let's do some shout outs. I haven't got a question for you this week. If you want to tell us what maybe you're getting for the holidays, like a present of some kind, then do let us know in the chats. But I'm just going to welcome the following people. They include Michael Shiro as one of our moderators, Salman Magic. We've also got Jojo Doss, who's chanting Goldberg, Pix17, Tony XO, Just Rafi, and also Micah Toner, also in the house. Dan H, say hello to some people in the chat.
Yes, Dominus46 with the Baby Yoda shout out. Mikey Atona, get stick bugged LOL. I don't know what that means, but I'm definitely going to have to check that one out. And Top 4 TV.
And Jeff Berg, who are you going to say hello to?
First and foremost.
Well, actually, sorry, Jeff Berg. Who's next?
The next victim is going to be Magdalena Helen, and then we've got LM Tech, Super User Tech Mods, and I could have swore I saw somebody called Chips and Dip or something in there, but either way, shout out to all of them.
We'll take that, Chips and Dips. And
That's right.
Finally, Dan, in your most enthusiastic, non-critical way as possible, who are you saying hello to in the chat?
Well, there's Mason Smith Gaming, but the S is a 5, so if you were to ever look for it, you'd have to remember that, which is a barrier to entry, I think. Daniel is Cross, which is three words. You have to remember to type in that one. There's Awesome16. That's not so bad. Jackson something. See, when your name scrolls by too fast, how's anyone supposed to know who you are? Let's see. We have Death TD, and how about Just John?
Thank you, Dan, as always. So, welcome to the vidIQ channel audit live stream. If you are a regular here, do let us know with some sort of hashtag in the chat. If you are new, then make sure to give us a hashtag new. And for all of those people who are new, this is how the channel audits work in about a minute. Welcome to the vidIQ channel audit livestream, where we review your YouTube channels. There are 2 links in the description, one for gaming channels, one for non-gaming channels. Make sure you submit every week as we clear the form after every livestream. Channel audits are 100% free, so please don't send us any super chats expecting to receive an audit. And don't waste your time asking for one in the chat. If there are any alternative ways to get picked for an audit, such as memes, we will let you know during the livestream. If we can't audit your channel today, vidIQ has a channel audit tool working 24/7 for you. If you haven't already installed vidIQ, download it now for free. A link is in the description, and make sure to take advantage of our free 30-day trial. If you submit your channel for audit, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, our experience, and our passion as fellow YouTube creators. It's up to you whether or not you take our advice. There are tons of links to lots of useful resources in the video description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share this live stream with another fellow creator who may find it useful. And finally, moderators, thank you for everything that you do every single week. All right, let's do this. Final bits of cleanup then before we get into the channel audits. As always, on Tuesdays, we support the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund with any super chat, so thank you in advance if anybody does donate to them, such as Southern Scratching, who sent us $10. Thank you very much. That's going straight to them and supporting that initiative. And if you are enjoy this live stream, thank you for the likes. Please do subscribe for more of these live streams in the future. And one final thing on that respect, please share it with any fellow creators who you think would find these channel audits useful. And as I always say, we get at least 700 channel submissions a week, if not more. And we get through maybe 20 to 30 channels a week. Obviously, sometimes we don't hit every channel, but a lot of the things we talk about, whether it be a beauty channel, a travel channel, a gaming channel, a lot of the fundamentals that we talk about can apply to your channel. I think over the course of this entire year now, we've audited at least 1,000 channels of all shapes and sizes. And so we've looked at a lot of channels. We think we have a lot of experience and wisdom to share. But I always say we're passionate creators, not necessarily experts, but we do have experience in gaining views and subscribers. And we hope you take that on board constructively. Without all that being said, Dan, Jeff, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Then let's carry on with the WCW references. As Michael Buffer might say, let's get ready to audit. shoot, and I've just killed my voice, so I'm going to pass this over to Jeff first. And who are we talking about in this channel?
So it looks like we've got a girl and her passport exploring Greece and the world. 760 subscribers here, and looks like we are making some moves here. Looks like, I'm assuming this is like vlogging content and like travel, things of that nature, which is pretty interesting considering the world that we are currently living in.
Yep.
I know these channels have been struggling a bit lately, so kudos to her for keeping this going, because it looks like she's still maintained a level of consistency, which a lot of travel channels have not.
My initial thoughts would be that this is a non-Greek resident, or well, it looks like they're officially now a Greek resident, but maybe they're English, American, etc., etc.
Oh.
And so they're showing an expat's viewpoint of living in Greece, as you say. They can't travel anywhere, but since Greece is a travel destination for a lot of other people, that kind of gives her a unique perspective and edge on this, as you were suggesting there. Now, given that, do you think A Girl and Her Passport is completely accurate? I mean, I like the channel name, but it doesn't necessarily match what they're doing per se.
Yeah, sort of. I would have probably tightened it up, unless she's actually traveling like really, to a lot of different countries all over the world.
Yeah, let's just scroll down to like pre-pandemic.
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm still seeing mostly Greece here.
Yeah, I think if anything, it would have been like, expat life in Greece, or, something kind of along those lines to really tighten it up, if that's going to be really like the focus of the channel.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be probably just kind of messaging, if anything.
Now then, with 760 subscribers, view counts seem fairly healthy. It feels like there's a good community who's tuning in every single week for the content. And it looks as if it's a mixture of, here's what you can find in Greece if you live or travel here, but also questions of if you're coming here to live in Greece, such as becoming a resident. There's also something about Greek tax numbers. So I'm wondering, if we just sort by most popular, is there a certain type of thing that's really sticking out here? Like working remotely in Greece, that's popular. Bills, rents in Greece. So it's almost like that lifestyle, a foreigner living in Greece lifestyle, which seems to work mostly here.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts maybe from the two Dans here about thumbnails or anything that's sticking out for you two?
I really like what I'm seeing. The photography is really nice, and
Yeah.
I did notice they also have an Instagram too. So
Right.
I imagine that's something they can really leverage. They can get a lot of cross promotion going, because when you have pictures that are that nice, I can only imagine this is going to be. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they've got a nice following on Instagram as well, so they're not putting all of their eggs in the YouTube basket there.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on maybe some improvements for the thumbnails? I think some are like are very good, really nice, especially the ones that are plain windows. They all seem to nail that quite nicely. But then there are other ones perhaps where I don't know if the text quite works, or it's maybe a little difficult to read, or like the framing isn't quite right.
That's my biggest thing, because I see that she's squeezing them into the space where it sort of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I'm a big proponent of big, bold text that is easily legible on mobile devices, because the amount of mobile traffic that we see across YouTube is something that you definitely want to lean into. And we're kind of leaving a lot of space. Like if you look at some of us, like the trip to Escape to Naxos or sailing from Athens, where it says sailing, it's very, very small, and you have all this space in the sky where you could have made that really big and bold. So just take more advantage of the space that you have. I know we don't want to take away from the pictures, but there's ways to do it.
These would make great postcards.
Yeah, you're right there, Dan. And then in some cases, like with a food, it just doesn't work at all, does it?
At
It
all,
needs to be, must be chunkier text, or remove a text completely. Maybe like a Greek flag would be more effective here, like a flag in that corner, along with food. You get an idea of it, maybe talking about cuisine. But I think we're nitpicking a little bit here. Generally speaking, the focus is good. They've got a unique value proposition. They're still able to push out content as essentially a travel channel in one sense, but also with a lot of information about living in a foreign country. So there's some good things there. Anything else before we move on? Or are we pretty?
I would say the one advice that I would have is, obviously in this pandemic situation, traveling is going to be super tough, but with fingers crossed, we're about to start exiting this. So right now is the opportunity to start planning for that. Make sure you have kind of a schedule of content going forward of things that you want to cover, places that you think are going to be interesting. Because I know a lot of people are going to be looking for ways to travel in the next 6 months, 8 months, because they've missed out on so much of this. And make sure you're in a good position to capture a lot of that once we all start being able to get around a lot.
So the idea might be, what can you do, what you can and can't do post-lockdown in Greece? Because there still might be some restrictions here and there. Yeah, I like that idea as well, Dan. Nicely suggested there. That is A Girl and Her Passport then. That is the first non-gaming channel that's submitted this week. The first gaming channel that's submitted this week is Ceramic MC. So I think the two Dans, if you as a gaming enthusiast want to tackle this one, there's some interesting stuff going on here, and I think this is something that we're going to be covering more and more in 2021, but I'll let you explain what that is.
Yeah, so Ceramic MC, almost 3,000 subscribers, and I have to imagine what we're seeing right now is all shorts. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me this was a completely only shorts channel. Yep.
Looks to be 1 month in. I think every video is a minute or less, except for one here. So maybe they tried one long-form content and didn't get any views. Back to shorts.
Right, the views there are very low compared to everything else, and this has been the struggle of shorts. But what I will say is that I really, really appreciate your thumbnails, because we all know now we don't really need thumbnails on shorts.
Yeah.
But anyone coming to your channel, especially if you do plan on transitioning to longer form content, your channel is going to look kind of hokey without anything there at all. And I like how simple these are.
I do, yeah. It's like the short version of a thumbnail, isn't it? Like I'm going to spend 5 minutes on it. I'm going to make it. I'm branding it so you can tell these are all from Ceramic Mine C. But object hack, and it is like a hack channel for YouTube Shorts.
Hey Rob, can you sort it by most popular?
Yes, I can, Jeff. All right, Jeff's getting involved now in the gaming stuff. This is going to be a
look
four-way
at those
contribution.
view numbers, man.
Yep.
198,000, 122,000. Look at the easy Minecraft hacks. So, I mean, I obviously without watching them, we don't know. But Minecraft and shorts go hand in hand. And, we've seen this time and time again. So for, a lot of the viewers, a lot of the gaming channels that are in here watching, this is a good opportunity, because considering that they've only been doing this for a month and they're already pushing 3,000 subs is pretty awesome, if you ask me.
What do you think about this idea of just more or less using the same title? Like we would usually say, be a bit more inventive with your titles, but in a sense that you're not necessarily trying to appeal to your subscribers with new stuff all of the time. It's like just throwing them out onto this YouTube Shorts canvas, and like, here's a hack. Do you think it's worth maybe adding bathtub hack, or I think there was one where it was explosive, or launcher hack, or just a very simple title repeated over and over again with a different thumbnail seems to be working right now.
Yeah, it seems like it's working pretty well for them, at least this strategy-wise right now. That might be, I don't know, that might be something to do, or something to that I may have to try to play with myself even, just to see kind of what works better and what doesn't. But it's very interesting from a, just studying point of view.
Anything from you, Dan Etch?
It is.
Well, I think the question is now, where do they want to go? Do they just want to be a shorts channel? And if that's the case, then, you're knocking it out of the box right now. You're doing, great short videos on a topic that we know gets a lot of traction in shorts. So, applause to that, bravo. But now the question is, do you want to move into more long form content? In which case you might need to start mixing in a little bit of that and to do some of the titling changes, because now people are going to be drawn to your page. They see it's a shorts channel, and then, they know that they're just going to see it in the shorts. But if you want them for more longer form content, you are going to have to change up some of the titles, start mixing some of the stuff in. But that's, again, a prerogative thing. If you just want to hammer in on shorts, this is the time to do it. This is the opportunity, and keep doing exactly what you're doing. And, applause to you for doing a great job at it.
This is both for power and poison chalice of shorts, in the sense that look how quickly this channel has grown.
Yeah,
I joined a month ago.
It's a double-edged sword for sure. And I agree with Dan completely that at some point you may want to start, throwing in some longer form how-to, something along those lines, or even the hacks explained a little more in depth, where it's like a 5-minute video or something. But your shorts can start backfilling a lot of those videos as well. So
I would love to know how much of that 500,000 views has contributed to watch time for their monetization. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not even at 4,000 hours of watch time yet, because most of these views are coming from shorts.
Yeah. What we need to kind of learn over time is how sticky these subscribers are. You guys know my story by now. I've seen a big jump in subscribers since playing with shorts. I haven't made many, and if I post anything else, the views are back to normal. It's as if I never had any subscribers from shorts. Relatively speaking, I've seen a small bump. So I have to ask, like, when people subscribe to these, are they doing so? Let's say you're scrolling through shorts. You're just a user watching gaming shorts. Are you subscribing to every one of these that you like? Because your list of people you're subscribed to is going to be massive, and then that may be why we're not seeing the stickiness of these subscribers versus back in the day when we just had long form content. People thought a little bit more before hitting the button. I've been trying to mental this in my head, trying to figure out, like, why don't these people get my alerts when I post a new video that's not a short? What's going on here? And I'm wondering if that's just it, if it's just too easy to subscribe to these.
So if people want to know a little bit more about this, if you watch my video from yesterday about a channel that got 500 million views and 1 million subscribers from YouTube Shorts, only I think 3.5% of their total views came from subscribers. So there is still something clearly not right with how subscribers service the content that they're subscribing to from YouTube Shorts. I think YouTube have announced that they're maybe adding shorts to the subscription feed in the YouTube app. So I think they're trying to work out how this is going to be better in the future. But you're right, Dan, it is still a little hokey. And it almost how I feel this works is that you subscribe to Ceramic MC, but then you don't necessarily watch. You don't watch from a notification, but when that viewer is back in the YouTube Shorts player, the YouTube Shorts player, when they're randomly swiping through stuff, there's a higher chance of Ceramic MC stuff randomly appearing. So it's almost like a backdoor subscriber type of thing. If you can follow what I'm saying there.
Yeah. But overall, I would say keep it up. You're going to just keep this in mind, that you're going to be mostly making videos for people who've never seen you before. So treat your audience as such. Until YouTube continues to work this out, most of these will be pushed to people who've never heard of you.
The very simplest thing you could do right now is I'm sure you've got more videos on this, I don't know why it's not showing them, but take 10 of these hacks, put them in a 5-minute compilation, and then it's served as a long-form video. I mean, you're going to have some letterboxing on the left and right. That maybe gives you an opportunity to put some calls to action or extra like text or information to enhance it. But yeah, just try compilations.
Top five easy Minecraft hacks.
There you go. 1.16, of course.
Yep.
So that is Ceramic MC. Now, I just want to stay on this channel for a little bit longer because... of course, vidIQ, we've got lots of awesome tools like the like to dislikes ratio here. We've got the channel audit tool, but we're also trialing something here specifically for YouTube Shorts channels. So if you see in the top right-hand corner, we've got our usual channel audit thing here, where it shows us views on a channel right now, 3,000 per hour. These are views on a channel in the last 48 hours, but we have a new analytic here, this one, 3,500 views. That is the specific YouTube Shorts views that we've got on the vidIQ channel over the last 48 hours. So you can see your total channel views and then your Shorts views. And this is a little something we've added. We mouse over it and then we can see how we're performing. We had some nice little spike here, maybe 40 hours ago, and then it's tailed off. So this is just to help you as a specific Shorts channel to see how many views you're getting from that specific channel source. It's completely free, but we are trialing it. It may appear, it may not. Dan, if you want to put a link on to give access to people to download vidIQ along with a 30-day trial, please do. And the other thing we're also trialing right now, I think if this is going to work, on the right-hand side, when you watch a video, we are now putting the thumbnail so that if you didn't see the thumbnail when you came into this page, or you want to be reminded of the quality of the thumbnail, if you think, yeah, this video is awesome, I want to understand exactly why this video succeeded, then we give you like a reminder of the thumbnail, which you can also click to get a full-size version of it there. So some nice little amendments to the vidIQ Chrome extension there. Link now in the chat if you want to download it. All right then. In Twitter this week, we are doing voting polls again, picking the best creators of 2020. And I think at the weekend, we were trying to work out who's going to be the best. What award were we doing? Gaming channels. And so we were saying if you could maybe guess one of the nominees, then you would get selected for a channel audit. And this lady here, Alicia Kadashi, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, was randomly selected to be our channel audit today from Twitter. Maybe, Dan, you can talk a little bit more about the Creators Awards after this channel audit. So let's take a look at KDO, who is doing history and music business and tourism and lifestyle and culture. So my one piece of advice here would be the moment you add an "and" to your channel focus, the less people are interested in it, because they usually come for one specific value of something, whether it is music business, whether it is tourism, whether it is lifestyle, but not all of these as a combination. So channel focus may be something I would look at here, but I'm going to throw it over to Jeff to take a little bit of a closer look at the channel itself.
Okay, let's see here. Well, I kind of agree with you here because we have a lot going on, and I am a proponent of using a specific niche or at least two very closely related topics to grow your channel, because you kind of want to be you want to specialize in something. You want to become the go-to person for a topic and become an expert and start to dominate for certain keywords. So that's why we usually recommend people to kind of pick something. And I know as humans, we're multifaceted and we like a bunch of different stuff, but that can make it difficult to grow. So that would be something that I would definitely try to focus down on. But it looks like it's a bit, yeah, some of the things here, obviously the thumbnails are going to need a little bit of work. The 3 people associated with Christmas travel, the text on there, I really can't read that at all.
Yeah, let's take this as an example. No one's going to read more than one line of that text before moving on.
Yeah.
And especially picking out all of the Netflix thumbnails there, which are far too small.
Yeah, we have to kind of remember, and this is why I really like one of the tools that we offer in vidIQ is a thumbnail comparison tool in the upload, and you can sort of see where your thumbnails, not only where they look up against or how they look up against all the top ranking videos, but you can also sort it to see what it looks like on a mobile device, and it'll look very tiny. And when you have this so much text, it's not legible. So this is something where we want to use big bold text, which she's done a couple times, like this unboxing Christmas light at the top, or wrap with me 2020, like that stuff, that's going to work. But some of the other stuff with so much wording is just not going to work. So it's something that I want to avoid.
There's a solo one here which doesn't have any text on it, and I think that's clear. If you combine you holding an item in a shop versus a title, I kind of get that pretty much straight away. Whereas this one, I'm trying to read the text, which is difficult to read, and then maybe I'm going to look at the title, and I'm already probably 5-10 seconds into digesting the thumbnail. Whereas this one, all right, I get the idea in 2-3 seconds. I can make my decision whether I want to watch it. So our suggestions would be think about your channel focus, but also big challenge here. For the next 10 thumbnails, make them with no more than 3 words on the thumbnails or no words whatsoever. That's going to be a real challenge, but it'll open up an entirely new creative way of making thumbnails.
Look at the view numbers on that one too.
Yeah. I mean, they're twice as much. I mean, small sample size, but that's significant compared to what's nearby. I mean, we'll just sort by most popular as well, see if there is a particular theme here that's jumping out. And there isn't really. I mean, the fact that you have 400 subscribers and not a single video on your channel has more views than subscribers suggests to me that you're not retaining your subscribers enough. Now then, what are the most popular ones? I think when you talk about, because you're talking about Korea a couple of times. Are you living in Korea would be my question. Because as we talked about with a girl and her passport, an expat living in a foreign country talking about the culture is always going to interest that niche who's maybe wanting to do the same thing. But there are like stuff about kids on a budget for Christmas, first time out in isolation, all sorts of things. But yeah, the top 3 of the top 4 videos are all about Korean culture in some way. So that's what I spotted. Dan, anything else from you before we move on?
I don't mean to pile on with the thumbnail conversation, but I think that's going to be a night and day difference with this channel. Once they get their thumbnails cleaned up, I think they're going to notice a lot of changes to their view counts, because if we take any of these topics and do just a broad search for them, you'll kind of see, just like Jeff was saying with the thumbnail comparison tool, what other people are doing. And I would ask that the next time you're making a video on one of those subjects to do just that. But then also, of course, narrowing down. I mean, it's the 2 biggest things you could possibly do for your channel. Narrow down to one topic
Yep.
and clean up the thumbnails. I think that's all we should really say for now, and then come back after some time. I would love to see how things evolve.
Yeah, they are posting a lot of content, like I think at least once a day, and it looks as if you're in a Vlogmas routine right now. So maybe come January, really start to take on board what we're suggesting here as ideas going forward. Thank you to Anonymous. They just donated $10, by the way, to the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. Dan H, do you very quickly want to talk about the creator awards that we're doing we have been doing and continue to do so?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been doing this for the last month or so, trying to get a sort of overall view of what you guys like on YouTube. We took over 500 submissions from the community, put them all into spreadsheets in all these different categories, and figured out who were the top 5 favorite YouTube personalities / channels in each of the sort of major categories. So this week we're doing gaming. Last week was technology, personality, how to, and all these polls are still up on our community tab. So you have a chance to vote for them. And we have sort of our biggest, votes still to come, including our overall channel of the year. So we've had over 40 to 50,000 votes on these polls. So thank you so much to everyone who has. And please, we invite everyone who's watching now and in the chat to go vote. Let us know who your favorites are. If they're not in that top 5, leave us a comment. Let us know who your favorite channel is in each of these categories, because we love hearing from you guys. And at the beginning of next year, we'll announce who all the winners are, give out little awards, and really recognize all these channels that everyone in the community loves so much.
So I have probably a really annoying and obvious question. Why are Dream and Mr. Beast Gaming not in these ones here?
Yeah, so we tried to limit every creator to one specific category. Because essentially we would have had PewDiePie was, personality, technology, gaming, channel of the year. So we didn't want to put the same people over and over again. So we limited every creator to one specific category. So again, our biggest sort of MVP award of the year is going to feature all of those major channels. So we wanted to at least give everyone a chance to be not only nominated, but have a chance to win.
Look at that, 10,000 votes on Best Tech Channel of the Year. Wow. Thanks, community, for really contributing to this. As you say, we may end up having close to 100,000 votes on all of these by the end of the year. Dan, you're up next because you need to talk quickly about Discord.
Yeah, look at that. I'm getting a lot of screen time this week. I know I put in my hours last week. I'm trying to get to that 10,000 hours of live streaming so I could really be recognized as a member of this crew.
You'll earn your wings.
Yes,
you're in third class now on the Titanic, by the way, Dan.
Yeah, it's not as fun as in Steerage, to be honest. I don't know. There's shuffleboard. There's a midnight buffet, which I'm really kind of working out and enjoying. But we're working our way up there. We're talking about here is our Discord server. So we have something like 4,700 members, super active, close to 200 to 500 people every single day are in the server, over 1,200 messages to 2,000 messages every single day being sent in our server. So we have a great community who loves to give feedback, who loves to talk about YouTube, and loves to talk about all different topics, gaming and memes and technology, movies and TV. So if you want to come join us, I'll put a pinned comment up there in a second when I'm done talking, but vidIQ.com/Discord, come join us. And one of the great features of that is every single week, I pick one active Discord member who's done a great job or has won one of our giveaways, and they are eligible and open to a free channel audit. And that happens every single week. So this week it is King Sett and his Smash Brothers related channel. We'll talk about how he's doing a lot of different things, montages and tutorials and all the things that we'll kind of tell him to focus on. But King Sett is a super active member of the Discord. They won our giveaway that we were giving away for the vidIQ Creators Choice Awards. And now we're going to give them a live channel audit.
So when I first started looking at this channel, it looked to me like a channel where you stick either Cloud or Sephiroth's head from Final Fantasy VII onto a thumbnail and make a video out of it. That was my general overview of this channel. And, 65,000 views, 26,000 views. They've found something. I don't know what it is, because this is one of these slightly dank meme channels, which is code for I don't know how to audit this channel. So with that being said, Dan, I'm going to throw it over to you. Dan H. Dan C.
Thanks. Okay, so just months ago, before shorts was the thing on our radar, we would get a dank meme channel and we would just make fun of ourselves for really not knowing what the heck to say. I would always tell, get on like a trending topic, make fun of it, do your best, good luck to you. Now we're in this world of shorts, and this person is somebody you should probably take note of if you're someone who wants to make a successful meme channel, because you have this opportunity for what we view as random nonsense to get pushed out onto all over YouTube. I'm not trying to be insulting.
No, you're right. The weird thing
you
is,
just do
Dan,
it very naturally, Dan.
none of these are actually shorts. They're all landscape videos.
Interesting.
They're all very short, and I worry that they're not falling into that category because of the landscape video-ness of them. You know, but then again, they have so many thousands of views in just few days. Oh, how's the interaction on it, likes and all that?
So yeah, 2,000 likes, 7,000 likes. Yeah, they're getting massive engagement. Let me just, I don't want to play one just in case of copyright, because they're probably using a lot of clips. So they're not getting a massive amount of comments, but they're getting fantastic engagement. These are ones that don't follow the shorts concept in order to take days to take off. These are taking off as regular videos.
Yeah, I gotta wonder.
With 2,000 subscribers. That is weird.
I thought this was all shorts, but I didn't realize just how many were landscape.
Wow, this is all from the last week as well. Okay.
What's going on here?
Yeah. So we're starting to ask what's going on here. It feels like, so again, without clicking on the things, it feels like you're taking clips from anywhere and doing nothing but putting Cloud and Sephiroth's head on the characters. And that's it. That's all I'm seeing, which, if it works, then I can't tell you to do otherwise. But at the same time, I wouldn't know how to advise you. So, like a month ago, look, a couple of hundred views. And then they did this one, which seemed to be the breakout video. And from forevermore, it is that one theme.
Is it just this character, you think, that is just somehow...
Oh, Slappiroff. So or is it misspelled? I'm really confused now.
Well, that's a good question, because Sephiroth was recently added to Smash Brothers as they roll out new characters. So maybe that's a big portion of it as well, right? Yeah. So they're staying on trend with what's happening in Smash Brothers. So I assume when Minecraft Steve was released for Smash Brothers recently, that if their channel was in this state at that time, they would have been pushing those videos. And Sephiroth is just a very popular character overall. So now that's sort of one of the beauties of Smash Brothers, is you could bring in a couple different sort of fan sets, and if you're creating meme/Smash Brothers content, you can now, as Smash Brothers is doing, bring all of these fandoms together in one place, and hopefully that'll gain you extra traction.
Would we also recommend as well trying shorts, like just
if you're not already? I kind of thought they were.
Jeff, you're probably just praying that we don't come to you for any feedback on this one.
Well, I'm as confused as you are, Rob, as far as this is concerned, because I'm very intrigued as to how these views really picked up. Maybe that Smash Ultimate meme, maybe that's something that people are really searching for. Maybe that keyword or topic is highly popular. Could be a Reddit thing. Could be something that's getting external traffic, possibly. But I'm not personally familiar with it, so I don't know. I know somebody in the chat, I think it was Magdalena, that was wondering whether or not, if horizontal videos could make it as shorts, if there really is that restriction of vertical video.
Correct. It has to be a square format or thinner to be seen on the shorts one. So I think basically, King Set, tell us, you need to share your secret here. You need to tell people in Discord how you're doing this, because I don't think we can really advise anything here. The channel is crushing it. I guess the one interesting thing is here, these last two videos don't have any views yet, so I'm wondering if there's like a sudden surge in views on all of these. I'm using a vidIQ tool here to do this.
So it definitely picks up.
This is something that picks up. So whether you're sharing it in a Reddit or something, I don't know. But there we are. That is King Set. Congratulations on the success of your dank meme, Sephiroth's head, Cloud's head on characters channel.
I will say one last thing.
Yep.
I didn't see any montage or tutorials. I'm not sure about reaction. Maybe those were there, but it might be time to update the channel banner.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. One thing I forgot to do, by the way, hashtag channel audit. So at some point in the next hour, we're going to start looking at your memes for this week. And it's Dan's turn.
Oh.
So this is what you're going to do, folks. Dan H, by the way. So I'm going to switch to guest only. Dan is going to... Dan C. I'm getting my surnames mixed up. So Dan C is going to give you a pose for the next 5 seconds, and you need to turn that into a comical meme, which may mean that we choose you as for a channel audit in the next hour or so. So here we go, Dan. Do your thing. There you are. So you want to get your clipping tools, Snagit, or what a Windows snipping tool, or whatever the Apple equivalent is. Take an image of Dan there and then turn it into something comical. And we'll take a look in the next half hour or so using the hashtag channel audits in Twitter. Right, let's move on to the next channel. We need to start getting moving here because we haven't done that many channels so far and we're 40 minutes in. Harvi, Allora is the next channel. You are a school projects and random personal stuff channel. Jeff, we gave you a pass on the last channel, but I would like you to start on this one if you can, please.
All right, so it looks like I was going to say relatively new, but no, it looks like we just lack some consistency here because we got 9 months, 5 months, 1 month, and then 2 days ago. I'm trying to figure out what is happening here. 8 subscribers. We really got to focus in on a particular, if you're going to do school projects or if you're going to do random personal stuff, you really got to focus in as far as that's concerned. What is your channel's about? What value are you going to bring to somebody who clicks on your videos? That's what I would love to know. But consistency by far. This goes for everybody who's in the chat. If you're listening right now, waiting for your channel to get picked, consistency. You got to make sure that either one, you set a schedule and you stick to it, or at the very least, you're putting out a video at a regular time, whether it's once a week, twice a week, whatever it is. Consistency is going to help you grow. And a video once every few months is really not going to do it.
So it feels like very honest in their about section, Jeff. That there may be, it's not necessarily a YouTube audience type of channel. This is a place to put their content where maybe all of their fellow students can watch this stuff. Because I mean, the views are very good. I'm wondering if this is being shared internally within their school, and that's where the views are potentially coming from.
Entirely possible. It's entirely possible they're using it almost like a portfolio or something along those lines. Then we kind of have to make that decision of, I'm assuming because they submitted their channel that they're trying to find a way to grow. But we kind of have to remember that, we have to serve the YouTube audience. So if you want to grow, you have to serve that audience by bringing them value, whether it's entertainment, teaching them something. And we really have to dig into that. So,
to Dan's, any comments?
I personally think Jeff summed it up pretty well.
All right, then. Then I will personally move on to the next channel. And this is Boris Buzhinoff. Again, I hope I pronounced your channel correctly. I'm just going to let us all look at this, and whoever wants to jump in first, tell me what type of channel you think this is.
Ducks.
Okay. Dan
or
says
trains.
Ducks or trains?
I
or
say
maybe
ducks.
both?
We should
Ducks
see the
that
about
duck
section.
under
Let's see what it says in the about section.
All right, then. So Jeff is taking the easy route out and looking for an explanation from the creator. All right. If you like trains or ducks or both, then this is a place to be. Certainly mixing two very diverse topics here. But look at the view counts. They've got 1 million views, almost 2 million views from somewhere. So the next thing we need to do is try and work out why that is. So we sort by most popular, and it looks as if by far and away your most popular videos in the past have been duck videos. So, I mean, if we try and be sensible about this, is this maybe like in the same vein of cats do funny things, dogs do funny things? This is a channel to come to where maybe ducks do strange and unusual things.
I think so. I think that's kind of where this is going to end up landing, especially based on the view counts. And oh wow, look, Thug Life Duck. I can't believe that.
Yeah, I saw that one as well.
I like that. But yeah, no, I totally think that's exactly what's happening. Like Baby Duck, Duck Stories, Duck's Daily Routine. So that's somebody who may be interested in, people who are interested in either ducks or would like to have a duck as a pet, or people who are already, have ducks as pets. It might be something that's very big for them. A very interesting mix though, with both the trains and the ducks. I'm very intrigued by this.
Yeah, so we'll get back to it right in a second. Just as I noticed here, your most popular videos was of a duck eating something. So I don't know if there's maybe an ASMR element in there. I mean, as daft as this sounds, Dan and I certainly discovered earlier on this year that tortoise ASMR is a big thing on YouTube. And there's one channel that's crushing it. And we were just looking forward to the next Tortoise ASMR channel. Never came along, so that channel's still dominating. Maybe this channel can do something similar. When I go to the most recent videos, now this may sound a little crazy, but these thumbnails here, in one way, are better in that there's a nice contrast in colours and things, but they don't depict as much action, like it is duck on water, duck in grass. Whereas here, it's... Oh, hang on. I've gone the wrong way. On these most popular ones, it's duck eating something, which is a little unusual, like duck eating spaghetti or these fresh peas. So I'm just wondering if they've got a bit too generic, these thumbnails, as a extra thought.
Yeah,
I would say that as well. And I also think that the about section being so clear, it's like if you like ducks and you like trains, that's what you're going to get. That's what we thought we were going to get, and it's exactly what they said we're going to get. So that's great. I'm not a fan of the thumbnails in the sense of the big text that just kind of, I don't know, there's nothing exciting really going on in these latest thumbnails. Whereas I liked the ones we saw when you went to most popular, and it was the duck eating something, it was being cute, and people are going to click that. So it's something to keep in mind. And the last thing I'll say is those two topics, while it's great that you're embracing that as what your channel's about, I just think cater to two so polar opposite audiences that you should probably make a different channel for the trains, you know, and you guys can jump in if you disagree with me, but I personally think you should have a train channel, you should have a duck channel, and that should be it, because you're going to get people who love pets on the duck channel and people that love, you know, travel and things like that, and big machines and things. I don't know who likes trains, sorry, on the train channel.
So here's a strange thing. On some of these videos, the duck videos don't do that well, but then the train videos do twice as good, like in these examples. But then when the duck is doing something specific, which is eating stuff, the views seem to jump way back up. So I think I think people have subscribed to this channel because they want to see the duck doing something with food. And as I say that sounds really bonkers, but there's an audience for almost everything on YouTube, and a duck just having a nice swim seems like something normal a duck does. So this is why maybe a duck eating something is something that you don't often see, perhaps in the wild. I'm really losing my train of thought here as I just continue to say all of this stuff. Because
train of thought, yeah, good job.
Yeah, train of thought. Boom, there's a pun.
What I will say is that on Thursday's charity stream, we did a train channel, which had really good thumbnails. So if Boris wants to, you know, continue with this train stuff, I would definitely go back and look at that channel for some ideas. But I do wonder if this was a more duck-related channel at one point and trains got mixed in at some point, or if it's always been kind of a mixed channel, because I wonder if that has maybe hurt things, if now YouTube is, you know, was on track and is now completely confused, or has just been confused sort of the whole the whole way through. Because a lot of the duck stuff seems to be in a row, and then the train, wow, getting a lot of puns in a row there. But
you're going off the rails.
So again, it seems like a majority duck channel with some train stuff being mixed in, and I think we'd all say that that's really where you're getting derailed. The trains are taking you, you know, the ducks are kind of elevating you, and the trains are getting things a bit confused. And I think your view counts reflect that, where things get a bit lost in the wash there. So, you know, our advice for any channel like this would be to probably have two channels, or to have a shorts channel maybe, because a bunch of these are shorts that are, you know, doing great views. But if you just want, you know, if you're just doing it for fun and you want to make duck videos and you want to make train videos, that's fine. But then I would also look at some ways to make these thumbnails a little bit better. Like I said, we've seen some great train channels that have very clear dynamic thumbnails, and maybe follow some of them, and then just hammer as much duck content as you possibly can.
Hammer as much duck content as you can. The next channel arriving at the audit station is Amy Louise. Jeff, let's bring you back in here. I know you were probably at the buffet carriage there, taking a quick break, but let's bring you back in. What are we looking at here with Amy Louise?
Looks like she is a makeup artist based on the MUA in her title.
Oh, that's what it meant. You know, I was wondering what that meant.
Yeah,
I mean,
so that's one of those things where
this is why I'm not a YouTube expert, because I've just got like these massive black holes in my knowledge.
That's right.
Right, there we go.
I'm breaking ground here, man.
Cheers.
But yeah, so look like we're doing makeup channel, which I am in no way qualified to even speak about. But
Yeah, it's usually Travis's domain, but unfortunately it's not here.
that's what it is. But overall, I mean, I'm seeing some pretty interesting stuff. One of the things that I will say for Amy Louise here, I mean, the first thing was the banner. We do like to see some value proposition there as opposed to your name. It's nice to have your name there, but let us know what you're doing. Like, are you showing us, is this costume makeup, or are we doing minimal, or is it goth, or like what genre of makeup? Because there's so many different makeup channels. How are you going to differentiate yourself? So that value proposition we want to put in there. Some people, I've even seen channels where they're doing only budget makeup. Like there was one where they were just doing only makeup that they bought at like Walgreens, stuff like that. So you have to, you want to differentiate yourself because there's so many others. The other thing on the thumbnails is we got to respect that timestamp. So when you use text on the bottom, make sure it's off to the left side, because you're getting covered up, and it's going to be worse on mobile. So definitely want to respect that for sure.
What do you think about the I guess the positioning and placement of the face on the thumbnails? I want to take this as an example of whereby I feel as if there's too many faces on this one, because these two faces look almost identical, and then there's 4 faces in total. Is it better just to do this blown up and as much detail as possible versus this? Because I guess as a potential viewer, I'm like, what are you trying to show me here? Which face is more important? I know something is so easy, but I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I think 2 would have been better. I've seen a lot of makeup channels where they'll do 2, especially when they're talking about eye makeup, because they want to show it with their eyes open and then with the eyes closed, so you can see kind of what the artistry of it is. But yeah, 4 I think is a bit heavy.
Here we go.
See what I mean?
So these are examples of perhaps like super blown into the eye to give a real detail. This is where you may need to think about investing in a ring light and a high quality camera to get that. Oh, what was that? Sorry.
Careful now.
What? Oh.
But here's the thing. So this is where thumbnail research comes in very, very handy, and where I always tell people,
I can't unsee that now. Oh,
yeah, you can, man. You got to watch out.
I'm going back.
Neither can anybody else.
I need to get back into a safe place. Right.
Yeah. So what I was saying there was that this is where you want to do some thumbnail research. Whatever topic you're talking about, type that into the search and look at what the top videos are getting clicks on, because every niche has its own thumbnail style that gets clicks. So you definitely want to see what's working. It looks like zoomed in on the eye is the way to go.
I mean, that was not exactly a fantastic quality thumbnail. It may be a shot, but it's zoomed in. And like, I think this one's only 2 faces. I think these are shots as well. So maybe not want to. But
it looks like a zoomed in screen grab is what it looks like. And
And I think we would say for a channel like this is that it's obviously an aesthetic channel.
Yeah.
So some of that investment is going to have to go into making sure that your aesthetics are as good as possible, which may mean a camera, it may be better lighting, it may be taking some tutorials to really learn how to bump up contrast, to zoom in without getting too much pixelation. So because your channel is so aesthetically focused, you have to make sure that you're putting a lot of extra time and effort into aesthetics, because that's what a lot of people are coming from.
Yeah, so I'm just going to play like a random part. I think you may want to start looking at investing in a ring light. I don't think you're using one from what I can see here. It'll just it's a world of difference when you start to use a ring light, because it blasts a lot of focused light on your face, rather than, I think you're probably using a ceiling light here, maybe one off to the left and the right. So maybe just do some research on ring lights. All right, that is Amy Louise, makeup artist. I now know this, Jeff. Thank you very much. We're going to move on to the next channel here, which is Family of Gamers 777. I haven't looked at this channel much, but I immediately thought that this was a gambling channel because of the 777. Now, maybe, I think it's like a board game channel, so maybe rolling a 7 on the dice is significant, but that was just thrown a little bit immediately. Does anyone sort of have any experience with like Warhammer and models and that type of thing? Or are we all in the same, know what it is, but not really a fan of it?
I don't have a ton of experience. I have a couple friends that are really into this stuff, and I'm always intrigued by channels like this, which is why I picked it.
Right.
But yeah, I personally have a ton of experience.
So would you be in the same boat as me, Dan, in that maybe the channel name throws you off a little bit? Like Family of Gamers could be a gambling channel.
So what was kind of interesting is that I almost deleted them from the forum because it was not the gaming submission forum, and it was the Family of Gamers, but I clicked anyway, and when I saw it was a tabletop thing, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I started to dig in. So their channel trailer actually told me more than the banner, which was the first thing I was going to say. Is you probably want to put like a value proposition in your banner that is a little bit different than miniature wargaming content. Because I had to look up what wargaming was, and when I looked, it wasn't exactly what you're doing. And then in your trailer, you guys listed a bunch of stuff you do. And I started to feel a little bit like some of those other channels we saw earlier where the banner had like commas and just a bunch of different topics. So my first bit of advice for this channel was to definitely narrow down your topic and branch out from there. And I would say the most interesting thing, and I know watching the trailer is a bit unfair because you guys haven't seen this, but one of the things they cover is 3D printing. And it looked really cool. They were printing out what I imagine are little buildings and figurines, and I would start there. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And you could go into reviewing games and all that stuff, but that 3D printing I think would set you apart.
So has that brought in any views then? Let's just sort by most popular. Dan. All right. So these are all from years ago. We need to dismiss them a little bit. So anything in the last year?
Yeah.
Maybe they just haven't.
It's a bit hard to tell what these are about. Was my other problem. The thumbnails are very busy, very very text heavy, and it's just kind of like the Star Wars speeder. Is that a video game? If you don't really know what it is, it's just kind of tough.
Yeah. Let's go back to the most recent ones then. So I think, for example, in this one, the most striking thing is this highly detailed model, but with the text and the background, you lose some fidelity there, don't you? It's trying to compete with other things. There are others where you have you on the thumbnails. Like I don't know if you need to do some tests whether you improve the click-through rate or not. It seems a little like these ones down here did really poorly, but they look like interviews maybe. So there's an introduction here to 3D painting. Printing, which didn't work at all. Having said that, though, Dan, introduction to 3D painting, printing what? Like printing game models. They probably want to be a bit more specific there, wouldn't they? If you think that looks really cool, and then like, what are you actually printing? Like the actual caption shows me more of what's in the value of the video. Like I'm 3D printing this model rather than you pointing at some text.
I would have had a half-printed thing coming off the conveyor belt, or whatever that would be called, because the thumbnails are more about you guys, and I understand it's a personality channel, it's you guys, bringing this to us, but you don't necessarily, you may not want yourselves in the thumbnail when we're talking about artistic things like painting minifigures and printing things. There's a lot of visual elements that are going to draw the audience in, and I bet you if you just search for 3D printed figurine or something, you'd get some really good and interesting thumbnails to kind of compare yourself to.
Jeff, Dan H, anything to add?
No, but I think if you're going to have family in your name, it's a bit confusing if it's just one or two people that are playing a game. So again, obviously, you already have the name. You may not want to change it, but just realize that you're giving sort of the impression that you're more of a family kind of, that type of personality channel. And if you're going more for a sort of hardcore Warhammer type of audience, that, that can be a little bit confusing, and you may want to at least consider that, or at least in your banner, make it, very clear that this is, very much a channel about that game and not necessarily a family channel.
All right, then. So that is Family of Gamers 777. The next thing we're going to do here, we actually trialed this on Thursday, almost by luck more than anything else, is... now, let me just check. Dan, did you send me some in a Slack? Are we good to go? Yeah, we are. Brilliant. All right. So, what we did on Thursday is that, as well as the audits, we just did like channel shout-outs where people would donate $5, and we just like quickly say hello, how they're getting on YouTube, not necessarily an audit, And we thought it was really, it was just a nice way of saying thank you to you. You may not get a full channel audit, but at least we're acknowledging as many channels as submitted. So Lakes and Hikes was a channel that did donate on Thursday, and we just want to give a shout out saying that you're approaching 100 subscribers, which is awesome to see. You are definitely an outdoors channel. You have some interesting, cool thumbnails, actually. It's almost like always a point of view style image with you in there somewhere, but you don't necessarily dominate the thumbnail, and I like that style. A bit more consistency if possible. It looks like you're posting once a month, but I think there's some certain promise there on the channel. So thank you, Lakes and Hikes, for the donation. But we're going to do the same thing now with some channels that submitted this week. So Dan H, if you want to do the next shout out, that looks like this.
Yeah, shout out to SSYE, approaching 7,000 subscribers. Congratulations. That's an awesome milestone you're heading towards. Looks like a gaming channel, being very smart, doing some Among Us content. I saw something recently saying that Among Us is bordering on being the most popular concurrent video game of all time.
Wow.
Because it's a $4 video game for most people. It has grown steadily with Twitch players. And I know a lot of us thought recently, Among Us, it's a fad. It'll die out pretty quickly. It may not be worth it. But that game is still growing. So if you're doing gaming content, you're doing shorts, think about doing something Among Us related.
I still refuse to play that game just because I want to stay out of touch with gaming. All right. So, Jeff, you're experienced at doing this already as well. So we are saying hello to next.
We've got Jungle Tech Pro. It looks like he just broke 400 subs at 403. So congratulations on that. The road to 500 is real for this gentleman. But yeah, it looks like they're doing tech and stuff. And I'm seeing some pretty interesting things in the thumbnails. They're keeping it basic, putting some prices on there. But yeah, so far it's looking pretty good. I don't know how many videos it have or, how long they've been on. But looks like they're kind of making a pivot or a switch here. But yeah. Best of luck with the channel. Hopefully you can stick to this topic of tech and make the best of it.
And Amy Louise quickly talks about a ring light earlier. That's what one looks like. Just blasts so much light. So Dan C now, do you understand the concept of what we're doing here? Because you're going to be shouting out this channel here.
I don't know if I get it, Rob. Asher Gamer, 546 subscribers. Got a ton of, it looks like Minecraft content, also some Among Us, as we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft Mobile, that's a good place to be as well. There's a lot of people out there who play Minecraft on mobile, and that's the primary way they play. So if you can make content catering to them, that would be awesome. So keep making content, maybe play around with some new thumbnail and title strategy, though. That's all I'll say audit-wise, and thanks for submitting.
We are saying hello to Alex TV. You have 140 subscribers. And when I look at your channel, you look as if you're a younger creator just joining YouTube and trying to find your way in this crazy video platform. So well done to you. Not seeing a channel focus just yet, but if you're enjoying making videos, which you clearly do, you have a passion for, then keep doing that until you find out what works for your audience. It looks as if maybe when you do like little skits and things that they have a bit more success. Oh, and look, you jumped on the Mr. Beast thing. Wow, you managed to do it a month ago because he only launched that video like a couple of days ago. So yeah, that's why it got 2,000 views. So well done there. More trending stuff like that, please, if you can. The next shout out I'm going to give to Dan H.
Yeah, this is Yash FPS. I've seen them in the chat a bunch of times, so here's a shout out to you. Looks like you're making Fortnite content. Those last few thumbnails look really good, so hopefully that is a bit of a transition into a new thumbnail style. Because I'm really liking it, and great job, and keep it up. 100 subscribers soon.
All right then, Jeff, I am giving you what a lovely name.
Unqualified Toast at 153 subscribers here. Looks like there is some Among Us stuff going on here. I don't know. Doesn't look like shorts or anything like that, but I like what's going on. You are picking up on a trending game that is a lot of fun for a lot of people, but I don't want to give too much information because we don't want Rob to really get into Among Us anyway. But Unqualified Toast, I like what I see here. You even got the Among Us character as your profile pic, so hopefully you can stay within this niche and grow.
I would like a channel to be started that's called Undereducated Croissant, please, or similar channel names. And I think this is going to be the last shout out that we're doing. Actually, no, we're auditing this channel. So that's kind of a nice segue. I think I've already picked this channel to be audited. So let's jump into this one as the next channel. I think, was it Jeff? Did you pick this one out to be audited?
I did.
Yeah, all right. So let's take a look at Jeeping Mo. Family fun on the trail. Who've we got here?
Let's see here. So Jeeping Mo, 653 subscribers. So I like that they are just kind of keeping it simple here from what I can tell, but looks like they are getting into some shorts content from the thumbnails that we're seeing here. I'm assuming this is like trails and, maybe modifying the Jeep and things of that nature. But looks like they're doing some interesting stuff, because some of the regular videos, 100 views on the Midwest Jeep Christmas Parade thing, but 400 views on a short for 4x4s climbing over things. So I think it's an interesting mix that we're seeing here. Let's see.
Yeah, some with 4,000 views here, others with 1,000 views. Just doing all sorts of interesting experiments with shorts.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing here.
Is this a full pivot then, Jeeping Mo, or do you want to try and keep some long form content, for example, like the Midwest Jeep thing, Christmas Parade? Because it feels like it's 80% shorts right now.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And I bet if we sorted by most popular, that's probably going to be what's getting the highest view counts right now.
Let's have a look here. Yeah, you look to be right.
Yeah, 4.4 on a month ago, 4.1 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I mean that's definitely something that they're leaning into, which makes a lot of sense. But definitely, I mean, even if they could still do some long form content and bring additional value in a sense, how to do stuff on the Jeep, things of that nature. But even just Sparks and Fire here for 50 seconds got a lot of views, so that's interesting. Yeah.
Anything else we can add here, Dan and Dan?
I gotta say that I'm really impressed by the branding and logo and everything just being set up out of the gate. I think this person's kind of operating at that higher level. So I think it really helps. I think it helps to have good, solid branding. It tells people who are thinking of subscribing to you that you're in this for the long run. You didn't just throw this channel together. This is something you're taking really seriously. That's what I'm getting from this. And
Dan H, sound like you wanted to add something there?
Yeah, and I would say that this specific type of content, especially, Jeep fandom is a huge thing. And there are a lot of very specific things that Jeep fans are going to be searching for, right? In terms of shocks and struts and, putting on a lift kit, putting on a winch, putting on, roll bars and stuff like that. And I think that is always a great way for any car channel to gain traction. If anyone wants to create a video on a 2016 Ford Focus ST and how to change the evap purge valve, I will be looking for that video, because the only one on YouTube is not very clear.
So we're having personal requests here now on what videos we want to see on YouTube. Not a bad idea with the audience that we have. I just want to say thank you to McSloth for $20 Canadian dollars there. X Cross Plays with $5, and Lazy, that's me, also with $5. Thank you. All of those contributions going to the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. Let's move on to the next channel then, and it is On Target Classes. Learn Class 11 and Class 12 physics. Presumably, I would guess maybe that's an Indian Education Board at a bit of a guess. Now, there are some interesting things here that I'm going to quickly mention about thumbnails, in that these are a little, admittedly, boring. There's a lot of text on there, and also you might call them episode numbers as well. However, this is an education space where I think you're going through a curriculum, and pupils, students would likely need to go through these educational classes in a certain order. So when we give general advice about don't use episode numbers, etc., I think this is one example where it's an exception, and it needs to deliver exactly the answers or knowledge education that a viewer is looking for, because they're in a particular mindset when they're trying to learn these things. So that would be my first thoughts. Jeff, Dan, contribute as you will.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's just at a glance, we would say, hey, these are all looking very samey and, with the numbers and stuff. But for sure, this would be playlist type of content. I was working with a IT channel about similar type of stuff where, but the problem is that they weren't doing thumbnails at all. But I was, speaking to them about, hey, put this stuff in playlists. Like, you're an expert in this field. Yeah. You can really, get some playlist views out of this. So I can kind of see where that's going with this. One thing I am noticing, though, is it seems like they recently went through a switch, because these red ones and then the very latest blue ones kind of have the same type of look.
Yeah.
before that, they were very different.
Yeah, and it looks as if, I mean, it may be that this evergreen content progressively gets views as it's on YouTube for longer, but it looks as if, at first glance, these older videos were getting maybe slightly more clicks. It could be maybe the topic was different, because like, what's the subject? Is it maths? It's physics. Okay, so it is all physics stuff. That is a topic. But yeah, like these ones are getting like close to 2,000 views now, most of these. And these are all like currently in the hundreds. But maybe, here's another thing I was thinking about. You kind of want to be releasing this content like 2 or 3 weeks before maybe students are going through this curriculum. Like if you know the timetable of when this stuff is going to be taught at school, then you want to maybe release it 2 or 3 weeks before, so that when people are searching for it, they're picking up your stuff just at the right time. It's a little tricky thing to do for education, and it only kind of works for 1 year, and then you just leave all of the content on YouTube, obviously, to slowly build up these views. Any other thoughts from Dan and Dan here, just looking at this?
That will be a good idea, Rob, especially if you're going to go through a curriculum. But also you could then start at a specific spot, right? You start at the 9th grade curriculum and potentially do that for a year. The next year you can bump it up then, do the 10th grade, 11th grade, do 12th grade, do college things. You can really build things up as you follow sort of a schedule of everything that's rolling out. And, you know, education is a great space on YouTube. And, you know, you want to be able to gain as much of that traction as possible, but keep doing what you're doing because, you know, a lot of this stuff looks like it's really helpful content and looks like it's doing pretty well.
I think the only thing I would say is that if they were looking to maybe make some shorter form content for the purposes of like trying to just introduce more people to their channel, perhaps they can mix in some like bite-sized like concepts out there. And I don't know anything about this stuff, like what they're teaching, so I can't give any specific example, but maybe just, you know, a 1 or 2 minute long video where you talk about this as a way to just kind of get some maybe beginners in there, kind of target some more broad search terms, and then they realize, oh, wow, this person actually goes in depth into these full-blown courses. So
to be clear, Dan, are you talking here about not necessarily YouTube shorts per se, like under a minute, but maybe a 2 or 3 minute taster?
Just a quick introduction.
And then push them to the longer video.
I don't think shorts is the right platform for this kind of content, but I would say that, if you were to just pull some people in with just try to figure out what someone was asking when they're first trying to study this subject and just release a 1 or 2 minute video on that as a way to just introduce yourself.
Now, another thing I would maybe mention about this is that there is going to be a limited audience here. I don't think this is going to be something that can potentially reach hundreds of thousands, millions of viewers, just because of how specifically education niche it is. And also maybe I want to ask Jeff this question because you have your own channel and you have to think of different ways of monetizing your content. This is going to sound a bit weird, but do you think this channel is giving too much away for free? Because what you sometimes do with this type of content is that you give a like beginner's introduction type of content, but then you put stuff behind a paywall. Now this is probably going to be a little tricky to do given that it's probably education under 16 and you wouldn't necessarily expect to pay for this type of stuff, but I don't know, maybe if ad revenue's perhaps not going to be the best way to capitalize on this, or like maybe this person sells their products and services within their descriptions and at the end of videos. If you had any thoughts about that, Jeff, just wondering what you might think.
I mean, yeah, that depends if they're using the channel as a funnel for an external business, for a course, or for a website. That's entirely possible, and that would probably be the best way to do it. Like, you know, towards the end of the video, hey, if you want to get further, or if you'd like to have, you know, one-on-one training, you know, visit this website, something along those lines. I've seen people do this. You know, where they can do one-on-one to help you get certifications or things like that. So, but aside from that, I don't know how ad revenue does in an education space. So probably wouldn't be it. And it doesn't look like they're selling particular products in general. So I don't know about any kind of affiliate revenue. So yeah, it's a bit rough as far as this type of niche is concerned.
Could you
go ahead, Dan.
Leverage memberships? I mean, if you were an educator and you have some free courses, could you then say, well, if you're a member, I dive even more into this stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. What worries me a little bit here is that because I think it's an Indian market, I'm not sure if memberships are geo-priced correctly. Like it may be like the lowest tier is $5, which in certain countries is fine, but maybe in an Indian territory it might be more difficult. But I'm not seeing anything in the description here as well about maybe offering your services personally. I mean, if you are just giving this content away for free, that's a very noble thing, and well done to you. But just thinking from with our business head on, how much monetarily can you maybe leverage from this? And it feels like there's a potentially a limited opportunity. But well done for you for being that educational resource for people in the, I'm going to try and say it, Maharashtra board in India or Pakistan or one of the Asian countries there. Alex M Photography here is the next one we're looking at. You have 224 subscribers. And we'll say the usual thing in that if you're a photography channel, one thing that you're certainly going to be scrutinized on are the quality of your thumbnails, because essentially a thumbnail is a still image. So, do you have text on these thumbnails or not as a photography channel? Or do you have to do it in a more stylized way than what's currently here? Jeff, Dan, discuss.
I saw this channel and thought, these are nice pictures. I don't know if you would need the text. As it is a photography channel, you're trying to draw people in that way. I got confused a little bit because I'm seeing what looks like a lot of vlog content too. Mm-hmm. And so are the vlogs you, who happen to be a photographer, walking around in pretty areas and just chatting people up about day-to-day stuff? Or are these setting out to teach people something? And I think that's where I got a little bit, I scratched my head a little bit.
Yeah, no, that makes a little bit of sense too, because, and that's sort of the issue also with setting expectations via your banner, in a sense, is that we're not sure exactly what we're getting. Yeah. Photography, cool, okay, but are you teaching me how to do photography? You're going to show me what ISO and things like that mean, or where good locations or what the right time to shoot is, or that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. So I don't know if this is more vlog. I'm just not 100% sure exactly what is going on here.
Yeah, so looking at the titles, they're quite functional, aren't they? Landscape photography of Ribblehead Viaduct in 4K. Okay, does that excite me as a potential viewer to click on it? Is there a story that you're going to tell me, like it was difficult to take a picture of this, or like the conditions were tough, or something along those lines? When you have very striking thumbnails, like this one, for example, I think that really does pull in the viewer potentially there. But as you say, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to get into when you say seascape photography shipwreck at Saltwick Bay, and then you are just on the thumbnail, right? And like there's 7 minutes I'm clicking into here, but what is it? What should I get into? So like, yeah, is it more adventure? Is it more educational? We don't really get a sense of that because maybe the titles are lacking a bit.
Yeah, no, I agree. And yeah, with some of the thumbnails, I know some people say that depends on the niche, but obviously, using your face in the thumbnails, depending on the niche, can help. I don't know if that's really big in this particular photography space, but I'd be looking at what channels in your niche are doing as far as thumbnails. And if it's just a nature shot with no text, you may want to try that out. If it's a nature shot with maybe one huge word or something, give that a try. But I would probably go back and swap some of these thumbnails out. At least that's just me personally, just to get them in line and start kind of really coming up with a strategy around your thumbnails.
I'm going to go into my business for myself here for a second and say, Alex M, I've just lost all credibility and respect for you because you are a Leeds United fan. Up for Terriers, Huddersfield Town. How did you enjoy getting thrashed 6-2 by Manchester United at the weekend? All right, we're now back professionally after that. Thank you, Alex M, for submitting your channel. The next channel we're looking at here is Brick Clicks. We seem to do at least one Lego channel a week, and this is it. Who picked this one?
I did.
All right, then. Why did you pick it, Jeff? What are we looking at here?
Because they are doing Lego and Among Us together.
Ooh.
So we are, well, not just Among Us, but like they're like skits, almost like stop motion with Lego and stuff, which I think is pretty awesome when I came across it. First of all, just to be clear, I love Lego. I'm a collector myself, but when I see people doing stuff like this, it's very creative, like the Lego Among Us stuff, and they're doing, a voiceover with it and stuff. And I don't know if they're coming up with full scripts or how they're doing it, because they're kind of short. This could be stuff that they could lean into as shorts. The ones that I saw were not vertical. So that could be something that they could think about going towards, because you're already touching on things that are highly popular. First, Lego. Secondly, Among Us, or Lego and The Mandalorian. Things like that. So Minecraft. This is stuff that you could really lean into to see, especially with already shorter content. You can really, benefit from this. So if anything, the only thing I would say, I would start avoiding some of these screen grab thumbnails and start trying to do a little bit of work as far as that goes. But aside from that, I like the concept behind it.
Jeff, what's your sort of favorite Lego that you have then, if you're a collector?
For me personally, as a collector, it's mostly been Star Wars and Lego Batman specifically, but I really like collecting the minifigures themselves of comic book characters. So whether they're DC or Marvel, that's my big thing.
Hang on, we're going completely off topic now. Does that mean you're going to get the get this? I saw this, and I decided that this is maybe something that I really need to buy right now, but I haven't got any room on my Lego shelf right now.
Yeah, Lego's completely out of stock on their website since the last 2 weeks. For everything, Star Wars and all that stuff is gone. But yeah, the Batwing for sure. I got to put that next to my Batmobile, man. We got to keep it. Michael Keaton. The kids do not appreciate Michael Keaton as Batman.
So sure don't.
My currently
he was Mr. Mom.
Avengers Helicarrier. That's my biggest build so far, which I really enjoyed doing. Are we going to get back on topic here? Right, yeah. So Dan, you were probably sort of sitting there smiling smugly and thinking, yep, you're tying in Among Us and Mandalorian. That's the thing that we've often talked about in popular culture, tying in Lego or whatever it is, plus the thing that's being talked about by millions of people right now. I guess the one challenge here is that you see the title, and then you see the thumbnail and you think, hang on, that's not really Among Us, or like you're sort of pretending that these, I think, Ninjago characters are Among Us ones. I'm just wondering if there's maybe some way to fix that, or like you go the extra mile and you create custom Among Us characters yourself almost.
I would invest in, because for me, if I'm a gaming channel, I'm going to maybe if I play a lot of games, I'm going to invest in a lot of games, or I'm going to invest in better hardware so my game that I play plays nice. For you want to invest in more Lego stuff, and maybe not just sets, but if you can buy individual minifigures and get a different color helmet for every Among Us character, in different uniform, like you could probably outfit them, if you start browsing the store for maybe some individual stuff. I haven't bought Lego in forever, so maybe I'm way off topic there, but
you totally can. Even if they wouldn't look exactly perfectly like Among Us characters, you can create little space people. You can go somewhere like some of the brick markets or even like eBay and get the individual parts that you want in different colors, and you can make them look like little space people.
Colors. So that might be an investment for you, as well as, like Jeff already said, like better thumbnails, things like that. I'm also going to go on a limb and say it probably takes you a while to make this content, considering it is stop motion. So when you're looking for stuff to do in between, I would be doing speed builds. I would be reviewing maybe new Lego sets that you get, just things to really flesh out your Lego channel. Just so if you're like, man, my channel does pretty well when I release a video, but it takes a month to make it, you can probably maybe even do some live streams of you just building and chatting with the audience. There's a lot of ideas in this space.
Let me just make a note of this. Jeff, resident Lego channel expert. Okay, that is noted for next time. The next channel is actually the first channel that submitted today. I think it was a gaming channel, but they've already been audited in the past. So I wanted this to be the revisit channel. Row Aviation. Now, I think, is this the Roblox channel that did a lot of things in airports? Like they keep going to airports and doing live streams, and I think that was the case. If you vaguely remember this, Dan, and Jeff, you seem to be sounding like you do. So this was a revisit here to see if they'd done anything different.
I'm not recognizing these thumbnails, so I'm kind of like, maybe they just put out that much content.
So it's going back, like I recognize that thumbnail, like almost people sitting in a waiting lounge in an airport.
Yeah. How much video on demand do they do? Is it mostly live streams?
It looks as if it's all live streams, I would say here. So yeah, continuing to not really use any new thumbnails, really.
Yeah, we'd really like you to be using custom thumbnails on your, even your live streams. YouTube as a live streaming platform gives you tools that you won't see on Twitch. I always end up saying this, but you get to put thumbnails, you get to put tags, you get to put a description, all these things that on Twitch you just, that aren't really there. And the other thing is that you can make video on demand content, and it can be working for you while you're not live. So all of these are ways to get people to discover your channel that you couldn't do on other platforms. So definitely take advantage of that. And it's really interesting. You've niched down. You got that part down. Now I would start honing your craft a little bit more. Different titles, different thumbnails, and some video on demand.
Now, Dan, I just want to challenge you. I should be challenging myself with this, because some people may say, well, hang on, vidIQ, you do 2 live streams a week and you use exactly the same thumbnails every single week.
Yep.
Do you have an answer to that? Because I've been formulating an answer in my head about this, but I'm just wondering what your instinctive response to that might be.
So for vidIQ specifically, we seem to do pretty well, consistency wise with our view counts. You know what I mean? Where maybe that's a sign that we could do more to get more people into our live streams, or maybe we've kind of, until we get more subscribers and our videos do more for us, we've kind of hit a ceiling. We tried different thumbnails. We did the memes of the week there, but
right,
maybe it's a combination of doing a meme of the week, but when you saw that thumbnail out in the world, it was just a weird, funny meme, and maybe it didn't really grab your attention because there was no indicator that it was us, And now we're doing something that's very clearly like vidIQ channel audits. It's very clearly us. Could we combine those strategies? There's an element of the thumbnail that could be the same every week, and then the background can change. That's what I do on my personal streams. I have part of the text is always the same, and it's just a different image. I try to take a screen grab of a character, put him in a different pose, have him doing in some other setting, doing something. And I don't work too hard. I spend about on a short thumbnail as much time as a live stream thumbnail. You know what I mean? But I still think they need to be eye-catching. And while you're live is when they're most relevant. So I'm just looking at these and seeing, heck, even if it was the same thumbnail over and over again, there's nothing eye-catching about these. So does that kind of answer? I don't know. I'm kind of going off on a mental tangent.
Yeah, no, just to extend on that, I think we also tried switching our faces between myself, you, and Travis in the past. But what I feel about with our live streams is that I don't feel as if we're necessarily trying to bring in a new audience. And if we are, we're doing a very stock, generic, how to get more views and subscribers title, so that it just hits that search term. I feel as if this is more for our existing community, people who understand what we're already about. Now we're going to give you this extra value through these channel audits. And it may not be the right approach, but as you say, Dan, every so often we try these new little things and it doesn't seem to make any difference. Like the view counts, concurrent views, it's sometimes up, sometimes down. It sometimes just seems to depend on if there's anything else going on YouTube and so on.
Can I amend my answer then? Because that's a
really
really good point. This advice that I keep hammering on about is me looking at a channel that exclusively does live streams.
Yes, yeah.
So we're not that. We have other videos that we put out, video on demand content. Maybe you could get away with a little more thumbnail murder, if you will, if you're going to be mixing it up. But it's important, I think, if you're just going to be a live stream channel, like people do on Twitch. You can't really post videos on Twitch and have them do anything, but you can do exclusively live streams. If that's what your passion is and you want to do that on YouTube, take advantage if you're not going to be mixing it up with some video on demand.
And finally, #road to 1K. It's maybe not time to start talking about that yet, because you are a significant way away. And if I've been talking about mindset in some of my videos recently, 1,000 subscribers is a long way off at this point. Focus on 250, 300, and maybe don't even need to mention that in the titles right now. Think about what your audience is interested in as opposed to your road to a milestone.
Yep.
All right, then. That is all of the pre-selected channels this week. We've gone long on them, so we're going to try and speed up a little bit. But first of all, we do have to go to channel audits here and start. That first one was a winner.
I've been scrolling through these, and I gotta say, I didn't see that one. I think we should do that one.
All right, then. Well, let's start with Weirdcast straight away, but we'll have to scroll through some more as well. Huh? Well, that was weird. All right, Weirdcast. What type of channel are you? It looks like you're a character. You played many different characters on maybe a comedy style channel. Let's have a look. 120 subscribers. Healthy view counts for the size of your channel. Not that much content. It looks as if you're sporadic in your consistency. So we probably want to see a bit more there. What are we seeing here, folks?
I think it's a lot of originality.
Yeah.
I think we got a person who kind of puts themselves in situations, and
I mean, to get 100 views from a title as simple as playing cards, you're not getting those views through search. You're getting those views from probably subscribers and people who enjoy your content, which is promising in the long run.
Yeah. Oh man, and we've gotten better, I think, in terms of titling and thumbnails. There's a few channels I follow that do things like it's just them on camera doing a funny sketch or something, but they always relate it to a topic that I'm interested in. I'll have to find it, but there's one person I enjoy following who does he makes fun of Twitch, and he'll post like a clip on Twitter, but a longer version of the video on his channel, and he just does such a great job of playing two characters. He edits them together, and he pops into the room, and something Twitch did that upset everybody, he memes it, you know. And that's what this reminds me of, because I keep seeing the same person over and over again, like they're doing sketches like that, but I don't know what any of these are. I don't know. Maybe I'm just out of touch, but I don't know if these are TV shows that they're parodying, games. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not familiar either. So we may be thinking like it's Christmas, or The Mandalorian's just started, or Among Us might be something else. Like anything that just ties in a little bit more search intent to. I think you're connecting with your current audience, but reaching out to a new audience with every video is probably where you want to be looking next. Jeff, anything?
Well, he is in the chat. Weirdcast is in the chat. Says they're all original sketches, and I think that creativity is awesome. It's just tough to gain traction on your own original stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I would definitely same advice that I would give to a music channel is find something that's trending that you relate with, that is getting a lot of search. It's already if there's already a wave of search traffic on YouTube, hop on that wave. Not saying that you don't have to do your own original and creative stuff, but mix in some stuff that can get you some traction.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, and so we wish you the luck with what looks to be a very unique channel that you have there, Weirdcast, and thank you for doing that to Dan, because that looks fantastic.
That's great.
Right, let's have a look at this next one. Yeah, okay. that's a pretty good and accurate one, actually. I would agree with that. All right. Hey, there we go. Nice. I like that one.
I haven't practiced my meme face.
Yeah, of course.
What are you talking about? We practiced before the stream.
God, that's a good Photoshop there. I would actually think that is savage.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That is good.
It's from DC Universe. As always, thank you, DC Universe.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, Dan, it's over to you here. Which...
Some of these ones we saw at the top. Let's see. These are different.
Who keeps doing I don't get this. The one with the tentacles. I keep seeing them every week.
Pokegar had a different one that I actually liked. I don't know what that other one was. Okay, now we're into older ones.
Yeah, right. Okay, so
scroll back to the top because there was something there.
Right then. Okay, let's do this again.
Which one is it? The I hate when I saw one. I'm like, oh, I got to make a note of that one. And then here, let's do when you haven't practiced your meme face.
This one. Okay, so this is my page. Right. Okay. Have you given us your YouTube link? You have. With an image of Boris Johnson on their Twitter feed. All right. So there is a focus here. Right. Okay. Gaming. Gaming is a focus, but lots of different games.
Lots of different games. You know what? I like these thumbnails though. I can tell they spend some good time on them, cutting things out. Text that you can read, but yeah, if I were to subscribe for these Grand Theft Auto tutorials and the next day you played Minecraft, just like we can see there's 297 views on one video and then barely any on the Minecraft video, I have a feeling you run into that a lot.
Let's see, what's the pattern here? So
Wow.
we have Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 5, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing that it's GTA 5 yet. Is that GTA 5? Looks like it. So GTA 5 is by far and away your most popular topic.
Yeah.
So why do you, why do you keep straying away from it? Because you want to play different games, okay. But your audience is suggesting that they want more GTA 5 dance and emojis, glitches, and that type of thing.
Yeah, I was something, and you guys will hear me say this more and more. Some advice I want to start giving people is that when you like a lot of games, I like a lot of games. One thing that you struggle with though as a new gaming channel is like, well, I'm playing this anyway. I might as well hit record, because you kind of feel guilty, right? I felt guilty for not recording everything I did. And it was only when I just decided to narrow down to one game and then allow myself to enjoy these other games off camera that things started to make a lot more sense. So it kind of comes down to like a mental health thing. I feel like when you play a lot of games, it's a result of like, I've got to make content and I want to play this game, so I might as well put it on my channel. But you're destroying your channel focus. Your audience is confused. They may not come back. If you have to make every single thing you play content, then you might want to start playing it on other channels. But allow yourself to play some games off camera and keep your channels focused, because that's the biggest piece of advice I can give any gaming channel. If your channel does fantastic when you play Grand Theft Auto and then you swap to Minecraft and it tanks, it's not going to get much better. You know what I mean?
Thank you for your meme
that all
suggestions.
makes sense.
We'll see if I can get back to the memes one more time at the end. We have the Christmas piggy bank here. I think I decided to choose. So this is how the next bit works. We smash the pig to get us a number. The number is 202. And then we audit this channel randomly from our list. So let's take a look at this one. We'll try and get through as many as we can in the time remaining. It is World Shorts. So I'm going to assume that maybe this is a YouTube Shorts channel. The answer is no, because 2 of these videos are over a minute long. Pigeon diving on air.
2 years ago.
Right. What can we say then? More focus. More consistency.
Yeah.
I have no idea what your channel's about, since you've done 1,100 seconds challenge, maybe? Like, is that for pull-ups? I'm struggling to maybe provide any useful advice here.
I think they really just need to figure out exactly what they want the shorts channel, if that's what they want to be. If they want to be a shorts channel,
yeah,
and they need to figure exactly what that is out and start getting some content out, because especially with shorts content, theoretically, it should be easier to make than full-length whole videos that are edited in the whole 9. So start working on that consistency, start getting some of those videos up, pick which topic you're going to roll with, apply that to the channel banner, and get to making that content, man.
Yeah, I think this will help with you, World Shorts. Your channel banner, I'm going to simply ask you this from your channel banner. Why? If you can answer that in everything that you do with thumbnails, channel focus, then you're on the right path. Let's pick out the next channel. This is going to be gaming channel. And Dan H, I've not heard much from you for a little while, so if you want to contribute to this gaming channel that we're about to audit, which is 364, then please do so. All right, it is going to be Plural Shorts. Let's see what we have here. 230 subscribers. It looks like a basketball channel or a Fortnite channel. I'm not sure. What are we seeing here? Dan and Dan.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing though, right? Because we've seen 2 channels in a row with short in their title, but they're not shorts channels. So perhaps they, for whatever reason, had short in their channel name months ago, and now YouTube is kind of creating this new shorts thing. So again, that may be a reason to either pivot your channel to shorts or possibly change your name, because now people are going to think it's a shorts channel. But again, that's not going to be a huge barrier. What we're going to say here is to be a bit more niche, be more specific. You got a basketball player in your profile pic. Looks like can't tell who that is, maybe Chris Paul. You're doing Call of Duty stuff in these videos. You have PewDiePie versus me live sub count. I'm sure we all know who won that contest. So again, your channel is not particularly focused. It's a gaming channel, but it's all games, it's memes, it's kind of everything to every person. what we would tell you to do is pick something specific, something you know you're going to be interested in for the next 6 months to a year, and really hammer down and focus on that, because that's where you're going to see a lot of growth, not jumping around to a million different things. And then YouTube doesn't know who to send your content to.
There's this one outlier video here from 3 weeks ago, which is your most popular video. Is that Minecraft? I'm guessing it is, or Roblox, one of the two.
Yep.
Investigate that. Look at the comments. See where you can take that further going forward. And I think consistency as well, because there was big gaps between the videos that you're publishing. All right, let's choose another channel. This is going to be a non-gaming channel, and I think I'm at my limit there, so we'll do 375. Let's take a look at this channel, which I think is called Psychologist Baba, Awaken Your Inner Self. So I get a value proposition pretty quickly. What do we got here? How old is the channel? Okay, it's been around for 7 months, so maybe a video a week at this point. Ooh, starting the titles with a number. Ooh, what do we think about that?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all myself personally. If you do want to put numbers, put that in the thumbnail. Squeeze that in there in the corner, sort of like our educational channel that we saw earlier did. But yeah, I wouldn't start that. To me, I feel like that's going to throw off your SEO, first of all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely leave that out, because you want your videos to stand up on their own. You know, you want them to be, if we're talking about like how to or 6 simple ways, this stuff can be evergreen. So I'd remove those numbers.
It looks as if they do as well. Like, I don't know how 10 simple tips to take care of your mind directly relates to World Mental Health Day 2020, in that you have to watch video 18 before video 19. So
Exactly.
Seems like a pretty simple first fix here. Do we think the focus is right and the titles are okay thumbnail wise?
Yeah, for me, it looks pretty good. The black background, I'm not sure how well that would work. I would prefer a more a brighter color, something that's a little more eye-catching. But this is where thumbnail research for your particular niche really comes in strong. Also using our thumbnail comparison tool. So you can type in, like, let's say you're going to do how psychology shapes us. You type that in as your keyword, and it'll show you what the top ones are. And you can kind of go from there.
All right, then. Anything from the two Dans here to take this forward?
I think we covered it.
All right.
Oh, Savage. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I've saved the day. I'm back to let people know that I've not gone anywhere except for in your chimney when I come to steal all your toys in just a couple of days. I can't wait. It's the best time of year because I get to return it all and get all the monies. That's the Savage way of having Christmas. Savage Santa is here. Thank you so much.
Well, I think this is a bit of a revelation, because I always thought that Travis and Savage were the same people, but Travis clearly isn't here this week. But Savage, you still fit in your time slot here.
That's right. No one knows or cares where Travis is, but the doctor is here. The doctor is in, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Savage has arrived, and now he is the Savage Santa.
Well, welcome, Savage. Shall we just get straight into it? Do you want to Savage some of your students here?
Sure, why not? Let's do that thing before I go and steal all their presents.
All right, then we've got 37 applicants here this week who've paid $39.95. Which channel should we take a look at first?
Fantastic. Let's go to 25 today, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we're going to start with 25. And let me just stress, as usual, we don't necessarily condone these audits here from Savage. These aren't official guidance from vidIQ, but he pays for the time every single month, so we have to endure it. Here we go.
And I would like to start off by saying, don't listen to what Rob just said. This is the realest information you're ever going to get on the face of this live stream. Let's take a look. The hunter jaw. That's like that's me during Thanksgiving, to be honest. Like I'm the hunter jaw. I'm out there eating all the things. This video won't get 2 million views. Well, you right about that. 100% accurate. That's the reverse clickbait. That's like not even clickbait. It's like legitimately just truth.
Yeah.
My video to 2 million views. There you go again. 100% correct. Probably the most truth I've ever seen on YouTube. I've seen some clickbait, but this is reverse.
What do you think about this one then? The Winter Express Insane Win. That got 1,000 views. And some of these have got thousands of views, Savage.
Listen.
A good thing?
A broken clock is wrong twice a day.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure a random video can get a couple thousand views every so often. And it happens to everybody. It happens to the best of us. Happens to the worst of us. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, people have been canceled over things that have been uploaded on accident. So, I mean, just think about it that way.
I see your point. So there you are. That is Hunter Jaw. I think we got time for another Savage channel audit to get us in here if you want.
Yeah, let's, I like to give people who really are interested their time. So let's go to number one, the person who just was the most brave.
Oh, right. Well, this channel has just received their regular channel audit. Row Aviation. We were talking about how their live streams maybe need to use new thumbnails for each one. But I'm sure you're going to give some better advice here, Savage. Yeah?
What is this road to 1K up? I see airplanes. I see a lot of airplanes. Remember that movie Snakes on a Plane? That was a good movie.
It was. I enjoyed it, actually. Yeah.
Is that a Christmas movie? Do you consider that a Christmas movie?
I wouldn't say so, no. I
know people talk about Harvi being a Christmas movie and all that stuff, and that's fine. I don't really understand why there's any kind of controversy. Of course, blowing up buildings is all about Christmas. Everyone knows this. So I mean, I don't know what the argument is. I mean, it is a Christmas movie. Now you see here, look at it. There's a Roblox Christmas Santa there. It looks like he has a McDonald's bag full of Big Macs. I like that. You know, the McRib is back, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to let you know.
Had it yesterday. It was awful.
It's not exactly gourmet, but that's not the point. You're going to McDonald's and you gotta get what you get. You know what I'm saying over there? All right. Half the people in our live stream right now should be working right now at McDonald's. We already know this. And they're taking the day off, trying to be in here pretending to be YouTubers. I understand this is Savage Santa. And listen, it's all right. We'll all get there one day. You start off at McDonald's, you end up at Arby's. It's fine. All right, look.
Yeah.
Row Aviation live stream. But I don't know. What does that mean, Rob? What does this mean? I don't understand.
So I think it's a Roblox channel with aviation slant to it.
Isn't Roblox when you can't afford Minecraft? Isn't that game? When you can't get the real thing, you just get Roblox instead. It's kind of like, remember GoBots? They were like fake Transformers. That's when you. It's a sad thing. I had both actually. I'm not gonna lie. Roblox, Minecraft. You just knew me. There's a Dr. Savage channel. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, look, you're top of the list now.
That's right. I'mSoSavage.com will take you directly to my channel where I will do all the Savage. I need to do another video here.
Yeah, lacking consistency there right now, Savage.
Dr. Savage and Blackpink. I'm here for all of that.
Yeah.
That's right. You need to make sure you watch that. It's a great video. I have more to do.
3,000 views right now. 3,000 views right now, Savage.
Yeah, and you know what? And I barely even tried. That's what's crazy.
I can see that.
Barely tried. Santa Savage is here. By the way, one last thing.
Yeah.
When all the little boys and girls get their toys in just a couple of days, which is fantastic, just use my P.O. box to send it to me so I can sell them on eBay. Appreciate you, especially Xboxes and PlayStation 5s. So you can't get those things anywhere. Trust me, I punched a couple people in the face trying to get one and they couldn't get it. So send them to my P.O. box. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Savage. Let's do an actual audit here. If my copy and paste is going to start working, because I want to put that channel in there. Let's try that again. Here we go. Right, so the Parrot Family TV. You are approaching 3,000 subscribers. Now, I know of a creator. I've forgotten her name now. There is a channel on YouTube that's all about a family of parrots, and they are dominant on YouTube. They get hundreds of thousands of views per video, so it's not a completely unusual space. I mean, we've already looked at ducks and trains this week, so parrots, I think, is probably quite common comparatively speaking. I love the thumbnails, really vibrant and bright, super zoomed in images of the parrots themselves, and it looks as if the parrots or parakeets are the center of these videos. What are we thinking here, gang?
He's kissing a lot of parrots. I think it's kind of sus, if you ask me. I don't know if you're asking me or not, but he seems to be kissing a lot of parrots. Yeah. Can you get bird flu from that?
I was hoping it may add something more useful.
All right.
I would say the banner is not super colorful, yet the rest of this channel is super colorful.
True.
So I would really love to get sort of symbiosis between the two of them. And now
a value proposition. I think a value proposition as well. Like what are we doing with the parrots here? Is that educational, how to look after them, or is it like the relationship between the parrot and the owner? I think that needs a little more explanation. Go ahead, Dan. Carry on.
I would just say, personally, I would like to know the difference between a parrot and a parakeet now, because there are parakeets in these last few videos. Yeah. And I know parrots are definitely a different thing. I'm sure there may be a video in there somewhere, but that is just what I sort of jumped to first. But yeah, if it's a parrot family as well, that I'm assuming means that he's got lots of parrots. So let's make sure we see that in the videos as well. So don't stick with one parrot in a lot of these thumbnails. Make sure there's multiple ones, or we're switching between them. Make sure that there's a clear difference, so we know that we're gonna be getting lots of different parrots through all these videos.
Here's something that's interesting: that when their thumbnails were a little more, I guess, realistic, like still zoomed in, still close, but not, I guess, because those are the most popular videos, and these look a bit more cartoonized and like have more text.
More
so
busy.
I think there's maybe something to pick up there. Just so that's what they currently are, but these are the most popular ones. I'm not necessarily saying one style is better than the other, but it feels as if your audience reacts better to these style of thumbnails. Yeah, it seems they're a bit too busy. These maybe too many arrows or text, and or trying to include yourself maybe in the thumbnails. Is that maybe a bit of a switch off for the audience? I'm just going off what I can see here from the data.
No, it's possible because sometimes, you know, if it's a parrot channel that might be that people really want to see more of the parrots and less of the person. Depends on the niche, depends on the audience. I know personally on my own channel, I saw a massive increase after I removed my face from my thumbnails and I went straight to just the product, and that was what made a big difference. So that's something that's definitely worth experimenting with. But I think the numbers based on some of these videos are very telling.
I'll tell you what, let's because we've always looked at everybody else's channel a little bit. So let's just have a quick. I'm not necessarily saying we're doing an audit here, but like we've looked at Travis's channel a couple of times, and like Dan's comes up a bit. So just as a quick introduction to what you do, El Jefe Reviews. Yeah, I mean you've clearly made the decision to remove yourself from the thumbnails. But you use big blocky text, and we often have discussions about this. So maybe just a quick explanation of why you make the thumbnails the way you make them.
So the main reason why I went product was because of looking at what other successful channels were doing in the niche.
Yeah.
So that's at the time when I was making that decision, that's what they were doing. It was very product based, not themselves based. As far as going with text this big, it's because of my traffic source is above, on average, it's above 60 or 70% from mobile devices.
Right.
So I want to make sure that it's highly optimized for people who are watching my videos on their phones.
And you have experimented sometimes with no text, and it looks as if maybe it doesn't.
Correct.
It's made no noticeable difference or anything.
Well, it depends. So a lot of this is A/B. So if for every single video, I'm in the habit of making up to 6 thumbnails for every single video.
Woof.
And that is basically 3. It's like this. So it's 3 color, 3 black and white, 3 with text, without text, so I can remove the text, add the text. So I have different variations of it, and it's based on how the video performs in the first 3 hours and the first 6 hours for 12 hours. So I'm in the habit of doing that already.
And a final thing I would say is that you have like a very stylized thumbnail design in that you intentionally wash out the colors.
Correct.
And you maybe leave like the headphones in color, and you always have this blue border as well. So there's these little, although that was in the past, so now you've gone with like more colorful blues as well. Is this because you've got maybe some new lighting and stuff that you're testing out?
This was based on experimenting, because you don't want to just keep the same thing. You want to try new things. Right. And when I was testing adding more color versus the pure black and white, I was getting demonstrably higher click-through rate with color versus the black and white in 2020 versus 2019.
Lovely stuff. Now, you do realize, Jeff, that this was all just preamble to Savage having his way with you. So, Savage, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to just say one thing about El Jefe. First of all, he's a great guy. He's one of the nicest guys you've ever meet.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful, wonderful dude.
Give some love there.
I just want to say, though, he stole this channel from me. And I didn't want to bring out everything. I made this channel like 3 years ago. And it was called El Jefe Review. I'm not going to lie. I actually was using his picture, which is kind of ironic. Then he came in and copyright struck all my stuff and then took it. And, listen, here's the thing. I understand why he did it. I get it. I was using his likeness. I even was videotaping when he wasn't watching. He was at home and he actually had headphones and he was reviewing them to himself. I'm like, you know what? I might be able to make a YouTube channel on this. So I recorded it. I put it on YouTube and I was doing good. And then he stole it.
Very good.
The picture of him reviewing headphones to himself just at a desk.
I mean, it was working. I couldn't believe it. It was like the footage was great. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it.
Let's have a look at another channel. This is Lockdown Life, curing boredom through gaming. I don't know if we've audited this channel before. The value proposition seems familiar, but I love the value proposition. Does that mean you started your channel like 7 or 8 months ago? You've done a lot of, so 8 months ago. These thumbnails at the very beginning look familiar, but they've changed. They've changed radically. Now you're doing high pixel stuff. Look at that, you're at 2,000 subscribers. You're certainly a high pixel channel. These thumbnails, like, they are just so bright and so punchy, and the text works really well. I think some very nice evolution going on here for the channel. I mean, Dan, Jeff, if you just want to add stuff, and I'm going to sort of slowly scroll through the thumbnails.
No, I really like that. The big, bold, even for the live streams. You guys noticing that they're doing individual live stream thumbnails as well.
True. Good point.
So, man, shout out to you for the work, because I appreciate that.
I got to say, Hypixel's been around forever. Bed Wars and other games like it have kind of taken the server by storm at different periods of time, and people try to make a lot of videos around it. It's a very, very competitive space to be in Minecraft. And you've managed to take what, your thumbnail strategy, everything over this period of time, and evolve it and just kind of fit in there beautifully. This is fantastic.
I think this is an example of a creator who realizes that this is going to take time and patience, and he's going to put in hard work, or she, and it's like that 1% improvement, and you can just see how this channel has slowly evolved. Like, they didn't really probably know how to do thumbnails, so they're using some templates to begin with. Then they started to do a bit of experiment here and there with borders, better text, and they've now got to this stage where they say, right, I think for my audience, these brighter colors, really punching with text that's clearly readable, and the simplicity, and as Jeff said, like making sure that I still do custom. I mean, to get 600 views on a live stream for a channel with 2,000 subscribers is phenomenal. A video you made a day ago that's half an hour long has 2,000 views. Awesome stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if this channel in the next year is at 10,000 plus subscribers. The only question is, like, does a lockdown life as a channel name have a shelf life? Like, in 6 months, do you need to change it to something new? That's the only thing I would be thinking about with this channel.
Yeah, I would start thinking about a strategy now for when this kind of comes out. But yeah, that's something that, some people will just transition to their own name or something else. But yeah, something to think about.
Congratulations there, Lockdown Life.
Quick question now.
Yeah.
Would we suggest that this person does shorts? Now, we know Minecraft and Roblox type content gets great views, but they're growing steadily as a long form content channel. Now, do we tell them to create some shorts, see how it goes, see if there's a boost? Or because they're sort of have momentum going, do we tell them to stick with it and that it's not something they necessarily need?
That is an excellent question. My instinctive response to that would be create a new channel where you can experiment with shorts, because I feel as if this channel is going in the right, it's going in that traditional growth direction whereby you have a focus, your view counts are probably exponentially increasing. Do you want to maybe upturn this a little bit with some new thing that a lot of people are experimenting with? So that would be my thoughts, but I welcome other suggestions here.
New channel or not, I mean, you got a lot of hours of live streams. There's got to be some pretty cool moments that have happened. You can kind of clip them and make, fun little shorts out of those. So yeah, experiment for sure, and I don't think you'll be disappointed.
And then just what about you, Jeff, about shorts? What do you think?
No, I think this is definitely something that they want to experiment in, because we've seen the correlation between the two.
On this channel, though?
On this channel, no. Okay. I would experiment with a separate channel to see kind of get their feet wet in it, see kind of how that rolls, because they already have a ton of content, like you guys were saying. So we were something trying out, but I don't know. What does Savage's take on shorts?
Yeah,
I'm glad you asked. I've actually done a lot of experimenting with shorts. I'm going to tell you right now, I have. And I've concluded I like shorts. I do. I like them a lot. I like them much better than pants. Pants make you hot. I wear shorts all the time around the house. I rarely wear pants. So I think everyone should wear shorts. I think it's a good idea.
Are you wearing Santa shorts right now?
Well, listen, jingle bells is all I'm going to say. Listen, hey, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great holiday season. Bobby got a hi, Bobby. How you doing?
I need to clip that and put it on our shorts channel. All right. Yeah, Bobby, hello. How are you doing? Let's see what type of channel you are. You've got 100 subscribers. Oh, there you are. You've just told us what your channel is. It's a dank memes channel, which means that we ain't going to be able to help you, sir. Having said that, I like the thumbnail design. You're doing a YouTuber reaction on every single thumbnail versus something you're talking about. That gives me an immediate indication this is some sort of React channel. So that's good value proposition and good communication. And the view count seemed fairly healthy for the current size of your channel. How long have you been on YouTube? So yeah, in 5 months, I think you are where you should be as a, I guess, reaction comedic channel, I think. Other views, please, if you have any.
Are these topics that Bobby is going out of their way to cover, are they trending, or are they just things that genuinely make you laugh? Because I think when you start a channel like this, you want to focus on things that are a lot of people are excited about and talking about.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could see PewDiePie just doing that type of video whenever he wants to and have it being really popular, but maybe it needs to be perhaps about more about Brexit or Thanksgiving or something a little more current. I agree with you there, because it's the same as the channel we were talking about a little earlier, the character channel, who is probably doing good content, but to get that early momentum, there needs to be a bit more search intent. But I'm encouraged by this channel. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, overall, so far from what they're doing, I like what they're doing. They're keeping the thumbnails pretty basic, which is just keep it simple. And it seems to be working fairly well. So, yeah, I would say just keep going. Just stay consistent. Keep it running. I would probably simplify them a little bit, if anything. But aside from that, yeah, I like what I'm seeing.
I'm just going to do the most popular. So, yeah, you haven't really had any breakout videos yet. They're just all consistently between maybe 150 views and 50 views. So no videos that aren't resonating completely with your audience, but again, nothing that's probably tapping into a wider audience. So maybe that's where you need to look next. Like, how can you both serve your current subscribers and then continue to reach out to new potential viewers? I think we have one more. We have time for one more savage audit.
You know what I was thinking? You know, this time of year, Mariah Carey comes out and sings her songs. I like that.
Yeah.
I like Mariah Carey. Do you like Mariah Carey, then, Rob?
No, I'm not a huge fan, but then I'm not really a huge fan of music.
I'll tell you about Mariah Carey. She's thick as a milkshake. I like that. But she crazy as a bag full of homeless cats. I'm going to tell you something. She's got to be exciting. All right, let's go to number. What's the number? What's the latest? 41. Let's go to 41. Why not?
41. Okay, that's the latest applicant here. Another $39.95 into the savage Christmas sack. And it is Boss of ATS Studios Gaming.
All right, boss. You know, I like when people call themselves boss. Most of the time, I don't think they can take care of themselves. I feel like people name themselves boss just because. And I'm not talking about El Jefe. Everyone knows what El Jefe stands for. Everyone knows what no one. This is not a slick shot at my boy El Jefe. This is, he knows what he's doing. He's taking care of himself. But I'm talking about everyone else calling themselves the boss of something. Listen, you ain't a boss of nothing. Let me look at these. Let me look at it. Hyperscape Season 2 trailer. There was a Season 1? Where was I? This channel is going to get hyper. Just shorts. Look at it. Go to the green screen, and they didn't put nothing on it. You know, that's typical. That's typical 2008 YouTube right there. Where you get a green screen, you don't put nothing on it. That's great. Did you know that people don't like to look at an actual green screen? Did you know that there's actually something you can do with that? It's kind of crazy. You might see behind me, as a matter of fact, stonks. All right, one more thing.
Yeah, good observation. Yeah, thank you.
5 subs before the new year. He's got a couple of days left to get 10 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's help this young man out. Let's unsubscribe from his channel. I mean, I'm sorry. Let's subscribe and then unsubscribe. Obviously, you can't unsubscribe without subscribing first. Let's get him to 75, and then at 12:59 or 11:59, everyone unsubscribe and just let's see if he cries. That'd be great. I want to see if that happens.
Thank you, Savage. Making creators cry one person at a time. All right, I'm going to start playing the music. We are at the end. There we go. I think my computer started working again. We are at the end of 2020, folks. We're going to take a break for the first time in years. We are going to take next week off, so do join us. I think it will be January the 5th for our next Tuesday channel audit live stream. And I just want to say, as always, thank you for joining us every single week. We hope you've learned all sorts of useful strategies and some savage ones as well over the course of 2020. And we look forward to seeing you next year. Final words, Dan C.
Like you said, thank you to everybody for being awesome. I came in, just early. Let's see, late last year, early this year.
Your first full year of channel auditing, Dan.
Yeah, and the channel has grown significantly as I expected it would, but it's just been awesome to see the community grow. Our Discord was launched I guess it was launched prior to me being here, but it was expanded quite a bit. We have almost 5,000 members in our Discord, which is a great place, by the way, to get some YouTube advice and hang out with a bunch of folks. Be sure to read the rules when you get there. Just thanks for having me. And
think about that for a second. You can go to the vidIQ Discord, and if you like, you can talk to Dan. Actually, both Dans. If that's something you're looking forward to doing, I mean, you can do that, I guess, if you really want to. I mean, they're there. If it's something that you've always wanted to do is to talk to the Dans, I mean, we have a place where you can do that. Believe it or not, we don't even charge you for it. You should be paying us for the pleasure of talking to both Dans at any time you want. And it's available at vidiq.com/I wish I didn't go to the Discord. There you go.
Jeff, any final words from you for Savage to stomp all over?
No, not much, man. Just want to give a shout out to all the moderators. Pretty much that's it.
Yeah,
always coming through. Michael Shiro, DC Universe, Magdalena Helen. Much love to everybody who comes through and shows us love in the chat. All the ones who are not asking for subs and for reviews.
Zenzaris in particular, who's at this point a Savage disciple. Dan H, I mean, you're the newest member to the vidIQ family. What have you got to say for her?
Yeah, thank you guys so much for letting me come out of steerage for a few minutes at a time and pop in here. Just a quick Discord announcement. Everyone who screenshots the fact that they unsubscribe to Dr. Savage's YouTube channel will get a exclusive Discord role. And by exclusive, I mean I'll create a brand new Discord role for every single one of you. So please come to the Discord, trash Savage, unsubscribe to both his real and fake YouTube accounts. And we'll still be there over the Christmas holidays because I've got nothing better to do. And it's in lockdown, so I won't be visiting all my family.
This is actually perfect because literally my lawyers are watching this live stream right now. And they already got your address and name. Don't worry about it. They're going to take care of you. I'm not worried about it. Y'all can do that if you like.
I think you have to be part of the YouTube partnership program to have any detrimental effects.
Oh, you'd be surprised. So, these guys don't take change. These are the type of lawyers you got to pay dollar bills. I'm telling you. These are not the ones you find outside of Home Depot. I'm talking about these are the guys that you actually got to go to an office, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. You can't even go to an office no more. But
if it means I have to put on pants, I'm not involved in this.
Well, that's the other thing. I did have to wear pants to go there. It was I almost didn't hire them, but I'm glad I did. As you can see, they have paid for themselves already.
You put your jingle bells away for that one, did you, Savage?
Indeed.
All right. Let's just Savage. See us out for 2020.
All right, listen, I want to wish everyone happy holidays. I want to say 2020 was a trash year, and you can put in hashtag trash year in the chat there just so we can all be confirmed with that. I thank everyone for making me so popular. If you want to go to I'mSoSavage.com, of course you can watch my YouTube videos. I'll put some more up here real soon. And I want to thank Rob, and I want to thank Matt and all the people that ever been on this channel. I don't really want to thank either of the Dans. El Jefe did a great job. We had a bunch of great people on live stream this year. We're going to have a great next year. I mean, because I'm about to sign a contract for another year. Watch. Dr. Savage is coming in hot in 2021. We're going to see you in a couple of weeks. We want to thank you for watching us for as much time as you have, because as Rob says, time is the most expensive thing you can give. And let me tell you something, that's what I've been giving you for a long time. And I'm going to want my receipts because I'm putting on my taxes. I'm trying to get all this money back. Because $600 ain't enough, ladies and gentlemen. I need some help. I'm out here. I need some more money. Somebody help me. Help me, somebody. Somebody send some help. All right. Thank you for joining us.
And with that, hashtag trash year, which is now trending in the chat, we will see you in 2021. Bye for now. So I remember I did this last week where this was like the bonus after hours quick hello from me, because I like more watch time. And currently we have 140 people watching. For every extra minute that I'm talking, I get 2 hours more of watch time. I'm sure I gave you some promise that I would maybe audit another channel randomly at this point. So I'm going to say hello to the people that include Empower Code, the Canadian Gaming Penguin, Engel Go, Rogue Scholar, Q-Ball Gaming, Lucid Tendrils, Beauty Gadget, A Awesome 16, Hunter Jaw, who just got savaged. I hope you enjoyed your savage moment there. Herobean _15, Lightning Code, Gary Ghoul Gaming. Yes, all of you, as I've been shouting out your names, are getting another 2 hours worth of watch time. It is very much appreciated that you support vidIQ every single week. I'm going to have to think of something more formal here. I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll do some sort of quiz or a question where, like, whoever gets a question right first gets a channel audit or something. I think that's what I'll try and do in the future, but I've just got to remember to do it next time. So I just want to say one more time to people that include the Fire Fast Dragon and Chips and Dips switches and the Bordy Brothers, is that correct? Compunction, Lightning Code. I think I've just given you a shout out. Thank you all for continuing to join these live streams. I do hope you find them very valuable. We are here to try and serve you as much as possible and hopefully give you the same opportunities such as myself, the two Dans, Jeff and Travis, have grabbed from YouTube, in that we're all creators of some kind, and we've turned our passions into professions, be it through our channels, be it through working with vidIQ. And that's ultimately what our job is here, is to try and give you those same opportunities and inspiration. And it's glad to see that so many of you still do. So those are my final words of the year. Happy holidays. I'll see you in the new year.